Welcome back, students of the dark arts. Today we embark on a journey deep into the shadows of Sith history to explore the life and tragic fate of one of the most formidable Sith Lords ever to walk the galaxy, Darth Maul. A being of pure rage and unparalleled combat skill, Maul's legacy is one of both triumph and failure, a reminder to the Sith's endless cycle of rise and fall. His story is one of power, betrayal, vengeance, and redemption, but also of madness. Join me as we delve into his beginnings, his rise, and his dark legacy. Prepare yourselves to embrace the dark side, for the tale of Darth Maul is one that will test your resolve. Darth Maul was born as Maul on the desert planet of Dathomir, a world of both beauty and danger, home to the Night Sisters, a dark and powerful coven of Force-sensitive witches. But Maul's story begins not in the shadows of the Night Sisters clan, but as an outcast, as a tool of prophecy. He was a product of dark sorcery, a malevolent creature born of pain and darkness. His mother, Mother Talzin, one of the most powerful Night Sisters, manipulated the dark side of the Force to give birth to him, a creature born not of natural conception, but of blood magic. Maul was meant to be a weapon, a tool of destruction and power. From a young age, Maul was raised in a brutal and unforgiving environment. His life was shaped by violence, combat, and relentless training. His natural affinity for the dark side was clear as he displayed unparalleled strength in the Force and an extraordinary aptitude for combat. But he was not a typical apprentice of the Sith. While he was trained in the ways of the Sith, he was also raised under the influence of the Night Sisters, who believed that strength and power could be drawn from the most primal of emotions, fear, anger, and hatred. These teachings shaped his very being, making him a creature of pure passion and rage. His early life was filled with violent trials, but it was the dark side that truly called to him. Maul's power became impossible to ignore, and it was during this time that Darth Sidious took notice of him. Sidious saw in Maul not just a warrior, but a tool of immense potential. He took the young Dathomirian under his wing, and the boy, now a Sith, was named Darth Maul, his destiny now entwined with Sidious's dark ambitions. Under Sidious's tutelage, Maul was taught the true ways of the Sith, the ancient traditions that had long been buried under the Jedi's reign. He was trained to embody the Sith's most sacred tenets, the pursuit of power, the subjugation of others, and the belief that emotion, specifically anger, was a source of strength. But Sidious did not merely teach Maul the Sith arts, he molded him into a living weapon. Maul was taught to master the use of the double-bladed lightsaber, a unique weapon that symbolized his duality, both his ferocity and discipline. Maul's double-bladed lightsaber, a design long forgotten by most of the galaxy, became a symbol of his power. The weapon was a perfect reflection of Maul himself, brutal, efficient, and deadly. With this weapon, he could strike with unparalleled speed and power, cutting down foes with ease. It wasn't just a weapon, it was an extension of his soul, an instrument of destruction that he wielded with deadly precision. Maul was unleashed upon the galaxy. His task was clear: eliminate the Jedi and further the Sith's grand scheme to dominate the galaxy. He was sent to capture Padme Amidala, the Queen of Naboo, but it was the duel with the Jedi that truly solidified his place in history. Maul's combat style was like nothing the Jedi had ever encountered before. His speed and strength were unparalleled, and his lightsaber skills were devastating. In his duel with Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Maul showed the galaxy the might of the Sith. But Maul's arrogance would be his undoing. In the duel of the fates, Maul was locked in a deadly battle with the Jedi. He triumphed over Qui-Gon Jinn, but in a moment of overconfidence, he underestimated Obi-Wan Kenobi. The young Jedi, in a display of sheer determination and a deep connection to the Force, leapt over Maul and delivered a fatal blow, splitting Maul in half. But death would not be the end for Maul. Maul's body was cast aside, but the dark side would not allow such power to be extinguished. Maul was resurrected not by Sidious, but through the witchcraft of his people, the Night Sisters. He was kept alive through dark rituals, but his mind was shattered. Maul, once a focused and deadly Sith, was now a broken shadow of his former self, filled with hatred, rage, and the desire for revenge against the Jedi, but also against Sidious, who had discarded him like a tool. In the Clone Wars, Maul's true power resurfaced. He was no longer just a tool of Sidious's schemes, he had become something far more dangerous. With the help of his brother, Savage Opress, a formidable warrior in his own right, Maul rebuilt his strength and reasserted himself as a force to be reckoned with. Together they formed the Shadow Collective, a criminal syndicate that stretched across the galaxy, involving powerful organizations like the Black Sun and the Pikes. Maul sought to control the underworld and rival Sidious's power. Maul was not just a warrior, he was a Sith with his own vision for the galaxy. Maul's ultimate confrontation with Sidious came on the planet of Mandalore, where he had established a power base. In a battle that shook the very foundations of the Sith Order, Maul faced Sidious. However, Sidious, with his cunning and mastery of the dark side, proved too much for Maul. Sidious not only defeated Maul, but he also struck down his brother, leaving Maul once again broken and alone. It was clear now, Maul was a threat that Sidious could not fully control. After his defeat, Maul once again disappeared into the shadows, but his obsession with revenge never waned. He continued to seek the Chosen One, the prophesized Jedi who would bring about the end of the Sith. He believed that the key to defeating Sidious lay within Anakin Skywalker, a Jedi Knight with extraordinary potential. Maul's final pursuit of Anakin led him to desolate the planet of Tatooine, where he encountered Obi-Wan Kenobi once again. In the final confrontation between Maul and Obi-Wan, we witness the culmination of Maul's tragic journey. As an older, more broken figure, Maul seeks peace. He wants closure, and perhaps even redemption. But in their final duel, Obi-Wan delivers the final blow, swiftly ending Maul's life with a single, decisive strike. As Maul dies, his final thoughts are of the Chosen One, understanding that Anakin Skywalker was the key to the Sith's future. Darth Maul's legacy is a complex one, marked by immense power but also by deep tragedy. He was a Sith Lord who rose to greatness, only to be betrayed and discarded, and in the end, he died still searching for meaning and revenge. His story is a testament to the destructive power of the dark side and a reminder of the cost of ambition and pride. Maul's life is a cautionary tale, showing that even the most powerful Sith can fall when they let personal vendettas cloud their judgment. Remember, students, the dark side does not favor the weak, nor does it care for those who chase vengeance without purpose. Let Maul's story guide you as you walk your own path in the shadows. The galaxy may be vast, but the power of the dark side will always be within your grasp if you are strong enough to wield it.